make more of an effort to eat healthy if it weren't so complicated, just by a show of hands? Well, today, I'm here to show you that eating healthy, balanced meals can not only be practical, but it can also be affordable as long as one prepares, looks out for savings, and utilizes a few tricks of the trade. As a single mom, full-time student, and part-time employee, I know all too well how difficult it can be to budget your money as well as your time effectively. However, it's not impossible. So today, I'll be sharing with you 3 simple ways to incorporate healthy eating into your hectic schedule. Once again, those 3 things are preparation, looking out for savings, and utilizing a few simple tricks of the trade that I will be referring to as my simple solutions. So first, let's jump into preparation. How many of us wait until we're actually hungry before we decide what it is that we want to eat? I know that's me almost every day. Apparently, this is not the right thing to do. Why? Because when we do this, we allow hunger to make our food choices for us. And hunger is not responsible. Hunger will always make you choose the French fries over the salad and the soda over the water, almost all the time. So how do we avoid making these mistakes when it comes to eating habits? Well, I recommend creating a menu in the beginning of the week. Nothing that's elaborate, just a basic list detailing those foods that you enjoy eating that you're capable of making yourself. In doing this, you do 2 things. You create a shopping list for yourself so that you go to the supermarket armed with what to buy, but you not only do this, you take power away from hunger and you apply it to your more rational and logical self, which is where we want most of our food decisions to be made. Another way to prepare, according to an article in the Regina Sun written on June 15, 2008 by an anonymous author, is to prepare foods in advance and freeze them. This makes food choices throughout the week a no-brainer because you can take things out of the freezer, pop them in the microwave, and it's done. You don't have to think about eating healthy because you've already thought about it. So it's an amazing way to prepare. According to this same article, by utilizing time-saving devices, such as a crock pot, and preparing food in it before you leave the house for work, you go to work, by the time you come back home, food is already made for you. It's like magic. It's like you had a chef cooking for you the entire time you were gone. It's amazing. Next thing we have is a pressure cooker. It takes half the cooking time away from a lot of those hard to prepare foods. Foods such as dry beans or whole grains that are really long to cook, this cuts the time in half. Last but not least, it looks simple, but believe it or not, it's my favorite. It's multi-use cookware. Why? Because you can prep, cook, serve, and store all in the same pot. How does it save you time? Dishes. Who likes to do dishes? I hate doing dishes. So this is a great way to save time. So now that I've discussed a couple of ways to save time, let's talk about a couple of ways to save money. I love the supermarket. It's an amazing place to shop. Everything's under the same roof. Everything is just there, convenient for you, calling your name, LaToya. It's great, I love it. However, as a consumer, a lot of times we forget that the supermarket is also a business. And as a business, this is not an accident. Everything created in the supermarket floor plan is to make you spend as much money as possible. So how do we avoid the pitfalls of spending too much money when we go to the supermarket? Well, according to an article in the Press Democrat, written by Susan Schwartz on July 26, 2009, by shopping the perimeter of the supermarket, you can save a ton of money. Why? Because you hit those staples, things such as produce, meat, and dairy, without getting those pre-packaged, pre-processed foods that line the inner aisles. So by just shopping the perimeter, you do 2 things. You make your shopping trip not only less expensive, but you also make it inherently more healthy because those same expensive foods are really unhealthy for you. The next tip for saving money might be one that you all know, however we all break it, it's dining out less. A lot of times when we eat food in restaurants, we're not just paying for the food that's in front of us. We're paying for the ambiance, the wait staff. You're paying for the mortgage of the building. Even at McDonald's, you're paying for the cardboard carton that the Big Mac is in. So how do you avoid paying for these little extra fees? By choosing what it is that you enjoy eating out the most and finding one free recipe online to replace it that you feel is a decent substitute, you can save a ton of money just by creating it yourself. And I bet you it would taste a lot better when you make it because you actually know what's going inside of it. So now I've discussed a couple of ways to save money and time. Let's talk about a couple of simple solutions. According to an article by Deanna Embury for the Province newspaper on May 14, 2008, people have the most difficult time eating healthy when they're eating on the run. So she recommended making grab-and-go bags, which are simple Ziploc bags, cost 99 cents a box, and you fill them with foods that are healthy that you enjoy eating and line them up on the bottom of your fridge so when you're ready to go, it's ready to go with you. So that's a great alternative for eating on the run. My next simple solution would be to BYOB. Not bring your own beverage. Unfortunately, that's not my speech, that's somebody else's speech. But mine would be to bring your own bag. Bring your own lunch bag, to be specific. There's so many benefits to bringing your own lunch. My two favorite are its ability to be customized, because you don't have to say hold the mayo or hold the pickles when you're preparing your own lunch, because it's made by the person who knows you best, which is yourself. Another inherent benefit would be for you to take those leftovers that no one's eating and eliminate waste, because you're bringing these foods that you've already prepared with you, so it makes lunch easy, simple, and free. I like free. Free is great. So, everybody should bring their own lunch. However, we don't live in an ideal society where you should be able to bring your lunch every day. So on those days where you're rushing, you can't bring it. The same article that I just mentioned also says that we can make smart choices almost every day, no matter where we choose to eat, as long as we do these things. So by eating whole grain breads instead of bagels, because the higher fiber content, you're adding fiber to your diet. And whenever possible, choosing mustard over mayonnaise is a great way to eliminate the fat out of your diet. And last but not least, but instead of choosing soda or soft drinks, choosing water is a great way to eliminate the excess sugars from your diet as well. So, in conclusion, I'd like you all to walk away today with some sense of how easy it can be to eat healthy meals with a hectic schedule, as long as you plan ahead, look out for savings, and utilize a few simple solutions. Eating healthy, balanced meals can not only be practical, but affordable, as long as you prepare, look out for savings, and utilize a few simple tricks of the trade. Think of the food that you eat as fuel. Fuel that will take you throughout the day. Fuel that will take you closer and closer to your goals. Fuel that goes into the one body that we get to escort us throughout this life. We only get one, so please, let's take care of it. Thank you very much.